Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware with all the mulch, topsoil, and everything you need to get your yard in tip-top shape this spring. 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon. 631-756-1125 is the phone number, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. And don't forget, they are a local business and support your local businesses. What an absolutely beautiful day in much of the Northeast, down through the middle Atlantic states and into the Southeast. We still have that storm. It's dropped a little bit further south from Nova Scotia, and you can see clouds rolling into eastern New England, although it looks like the cloud cover is more confined to the coastal areas than areas further to the west. And meanwhile, it's just beautiful sunshine from western New England clear on down to Florida. One of the things about this is the dry air, and that dry air, thanks to that storm to the east, we're getting subsidence on the west side of this. So when you look at temperatures at early this afternoon, we have readings in the 60s with northwest winds. There are some gusts up to 20 or 25 miles an hour, but certainly manageable. But the dew points are very, very low. We're looking at relative humidity levels, for example, at at Belmar right now. A temperature of 64 and a dew point of 13 works out to a relative humidity of 13%. We have relative humidity at Kennedy Airport at 18%. In Chester County Airport, the relative humidity a little higher, dew point's up at 32, so the humidity there at 32%. And down in Harrisburg, the dew point's a little higher in the low 30s. The humidity there at 30%. So you go from dry to very dry to Arizona desert dry as you move your way up northward, and it is certainly a sunny afternoon. The radar is nice and quiet across the eastern part of the United States. There really isn't a whole lot going on. We do have a weak disturbance over the Great Lakes, producing a few rain showers there. And we're seeing also a little bit of a line of showers in eastern Kansas and into Nebraska, and that reaches back to some rain that's up in parts of South Dakota. This is our severe weather risk area for today. We're looking at a slight risk of severe weather being indicated from Kansas on northward into western Iowa, small portion of southeastern South Dakota and eastern Nebraska. And then for tomorrow, this will be I think the bigger severe weather day. For now, we're seeing a slight risk of severe weather in Arkansas, much of central and northern Mississippi, western Tennessee, northern Louisiana, eastern Texas, with marginal risk going up into Iowa. We might see that slight risk get beefed up a little bit, maybe pushed a little bit further to the north, and we might also wind up seeing a smaller area of enhanced risk develop out of this. In the meantime, for the next day, which is Thursday into Friday, we shrink down to a marginal risk in Alabama, Mississippi, northern Louisiana, and southern Arkansas. That weather system is going to peak in intensity on Wednesday and then start to weaken a bit as it moves on out to the east. As far as rainfall is concerned, over the next 7 days, we are through the weekend and into next week. This is where our chance for showers increases. We're looking at a quarter to a half an inch reaching into Long Island and the Hudson Valley, but then you start going south and west, and you start getting into that lighter blue. The dark blue is a half to 3/4. The next shade is 3/4 of an inch to an inch, and then you can see the lighter blue is an inch to an inch and a quarter. And also you go down across the Gulf states where convection. This is all going to be convection driven. And we're seeing rainfall amounts of several inches from eastern Louisiana all the way across into Alabama and touching parts of western and northern Georgia. Also, some heavy rains over the next 7 days up in Minnesota, western Wisconsin, eastern South Dakota, the southwestern quarter, and much of the west coast of the United States dry, except for up into the Pacific Northwest. So we're looking for temperatures that this afternoon are going to reach up into the upper 60s and low 70s. A really nice afternoon here, a nice spring afternoon. And I think we'll do it one more time on Wednesday. We're going to start to lose that northerly wind a little bit on Wednesday. So I think the humidity levels will come up ever so slightly. So we're going to go from bone dry to just plain old dry. The fire risk is there for this afternoon, so just bear that in mind. If you're outdoors in some of the parks, just be careful with any kind of flammable materials. Moving through the week, as we start to deal with maybe a little bit more of an onshore flow as we get into Thursday and Friday, and also the possibility of more cloud cover starting to get involved, our temperatures come down a bit. So 60s going to be the story for Thursday, with 50s along south and east facing shorelines. And then as we head into Friday and Saturday and Sunday, temperatures are going to be mostly in the 50s to around 60 degrees. So just taking a look, let's load up the new GFS run, which is just out now. And that low to the east, again, keeping things very dry here. You still see those isobars as we go into Wednesday, but the low starts to inch a little bit further eastward. There's that little disturbance coming down from the Great Lakes that's going to weaken. We'll throw in the chance that there could be a scattered shower in parts of central Pennsylvania, down into northern Maryland late tonight into early tomorrow morning. Most of that should disappear. And then on Thursday, as a high starts to build down from eastern Canada, it's not a particularly strong high, but it'll be enough to keep us protected from that low that you see winding up from northern Kansas and then eventually heading up into Iowa. You can see how the GFS tomorrow generates what should be some severe weather there in parts of Arkansas and Louisiana, and then points eastward. Going into Friday, that low gets a little closer, but there's still enough of a high. Again, that onshore flow, cloud cover holding temperatures down. And as we move into the weekend, I think we're going to see the chance for some showers, particularly Saturday night into Sunday afternoon. As that low spins, you get moisture lifting up to the northeast. And we're still going to be in this sort of blocky pattern into early next week. So we'll have to watch to see what comes out of these disturbances in the upper atmosphere as they move eastward. They might keep us in clouds and showers right into the middle part of next week. So getting great weather here with the block. The blocking pattern might change its character a bit later in the weekend and next week to make things a little more gloom and doomish. Weather in 5 brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware, 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, 631-756-1125 for the best prices in town on mulch and everything you need to get your yard in order, and the website omnitruevalue.com. So enjoy the rest of this beautiful afternoon of sunshine. The Joe and Joe Weather Show will recap the day tonight at 7:30 Eastern Time on my YouTube channel, and we'll look ahead to the rest of the week, the weekend, and the long range.